Alright, ready? Alright. Hi. So what's been going on since last counseling session?
So I think I'm really going to apply for school for IT.
Okay. What has kept you from doing that since last time we met?
Well, I've just kind of been like toying with the idea, like, do I actually want to go? I mean, I know it'll help me in the long run, but it's just like taking that first step, I think was hard for me, but I think I've really decided that I do want to take that leap.
So can you set a goal for yourself of when you're gonna accomplish that?
Yeah, so I think I can apply to the community college within 2 weeks. I think that would be reasonable for me.
Alright. And that would put you starting next semester?
Yes.
Alright. And how many classes do you think you're gonna apply or take?
I think I'll start with 2, just to get a feel for it.
That sounds like a good idea. How has your drinking been?
So I've actually stopped drinking. I mean, like, if my parents are having wine at dinner, like, I'll have a glass, but I don't feel the need to drink. I think it's just because I've really shifted my focus to wanting to better my life, and I know that alcohol is not going to do that for me.
That's great. So, with realizing that alcohol isn't going to help you better your life, what coping skills have you been incorporating?
So I've been reading a lot, and my mom does yoga, and she suggested that I come with her, and I actually really like that. It's very relaxing for me, and I think that I get that same kind of relaxation when I have a glass of wine. So it's like yoga has been like a supplement for the wine.
Nice. And you said you were going with your mom. So, how has that bettered your relationship with your mom at this point?
Well, since she suggested that I come to yoga with her, obviously my drinking has stopped, and that has made her realize that I really am trying to get my life together, and her and my dad are very supportive of me going back to school because they see that I'm trying to better improve my life.
That's very good to hear. I know you said your relationship with your parents was important to you.
Mm-hmm.
So, moving forward, what is there other coping skills you can incorporate to make sure that drinking doesn't come back as a problem again?
I think I can just continue doing what I'm doing now, which is like doing yoga. And the weather has been nice here and there, so I can rollerblade. And I also want to read more. I think that would help me too. And I think that would also help me get back into the swing of things for the semester because I know college is going to be really tough with the reading. And I haven't been in a classroom in a long time. So I think it's time that I kind of get a feel for what that's going to be like again.
Sounds like a good plan. So, what I'm hearing you say is that you're trying to utilize coping skills to make sure that you don't become stressed.
Yes.
So, as far as our sessions together, I feel that we're at a good position to end our sessions together. Are you in agreement with that?
Yeah, I think so. You've really helped me a lot, and it's so much better talking to someone that is not in, my home or like my friend group. That's not in like the direct situation, and it feels good that you provide me with what I need, what I'm not getting from the rest of the people in my life.
So going back to that, is there anything that you need from me in order to have a successful termination? Is there anything you still want to work on?
I think I would just maybe need some help, like, if anything, making sure that I apply for college. I think I need a letter of recommendation. So I don't know who I should ask for that basically. Maybe you could help me like find those people in my life that I could ask.
Right.
I think that's what I would want to work on.
Okay. Can you think of anyone who might write you a letter of recommendation?
So I was thinking like maybe a past teacher that I had in high school, but I've been out of high school for a few years, so I think that might be a challenge for me.
Is there a specific teacher that you had in mind that you might be able to reconnect with? I know you have been out of school for a while, but time doesn't necessarily kill a strong relationship.
Well, that's good to hear because that's kind of what I was afraid of. Maybe my biology teacher, her and I had a good relationship. That's like actually one of the classes that I did really well in. So I wonder if she would be willing to do that for me.
Sounds like a good person to ask. Could you set that into your goal as well? I know you said you wanted to apply within 2 weeks. So could we set a goal of getting a letter of recommendation within the next week?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
So who else do you think could write you a letter of recommendation?
Maybe a manager at work, even though I don't really like my job.
Yeah. You don't necessarily have to like your job to ask them. Do you feel that they consider you a good employee?
Yeah, I would say so. I think I've definitely, since the drinking has stopped, I put more effort into work. So I don't know how management would react to that, but I could always ask. Kind of nervous to ask though.
What makes you nervous to ask?
I think I'm afraid of them saying no to me. I don't think I like rejection.
So what types of feelings does that invoke in you?
Probably me like feeling like my face is getting really hot and just like being nervous, or like kind of like tingling in my body.
And what would be the worst thing that would happen if they told you that they didn't feel good with writing you a letter of recommendation?
I would definitely feel discouraged, and I would want to ask why, but I don't know if I'm very good with feedback, so I don't know if I would want to know the answer.
Alright. What skills could you utilize in the moment to accept that feedback while also taking care of your own emotional needs?
I guess I could just kind of take it with a grain of salt, and that's like their perception of me. Obviously, my perception is going to be very different, but I can just not take it to heart, even though that's really hard for me. And then I can just tell myself that not everyone thinks of me this way, if it is bad. And then just try to like improve their perception of me by going out of my way to do different things at work. I think that might help.
I agree, I think that would help. If your management team wasn't willing to write you a letter of recommendation, could you think of a couple more people who might?
Well, I don't think I can have any family recommend me, but I did used to work for my friend's parents, just doing like yard work, and we also like ran a fruit stand for their farm. So I wonder if they could give me a letter of recommendation, because they do know me very well, and I don't think I have to specify that kind of relationship. It can just be like a former employer.
That sounds also like a good option. So moving forward, we made a goal of getting some letters of recommendation within the next week, and then applying for classes within the next 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you wanted to address before we end our session for the day?
I don't think so. I feel pretty good about that plan, and it's been easier to make goals now that I've been coming to see you.
Sounds good. See ya!
Yeah.